Hi, I'm Richard, and in this quick start video I'm going to show you how to do keyframe animation with K-Sketch. Professional animators often use keyframes to make smooth and precise animations, but keyframes require you to think a little more about what you're doing. So why would you use keyframes? Well, one simple reason is that you want to pin something to a position at some time. Let's say that you performed an animation of a ball going into a goal, and now you want to play around with the path of the ball. You could go back and adjust the path, but after every adjustment you have to adjust the position of the ball too. It's pretty annoying. But a keyframe can make this easier. If you move the time slider to the time when the ball is in the goal, and then open the timeline menu, as explained in an earlier quick start video, you can insert a keyframe by pressing this button. After you press this, you can see a keyframe in the timeline as a thick black tick. Now you can go back and adjust the path all you want. And no matter how many edits you make, the ball will always end up in the goal. See? So a keyframe is just a special tick that pins something to a particular position at a particular time. It's a simple idea, but it also gives you a new way to make smooth and precise animations. Let me show you an example. Let's create a new animation and draw 8 dots lined up in a row. And let's say that you want these dots to move into a circular shape as you see here. How would you do that? Well, you could select each dot and animate them one by one, but this is pretty tedious, and the motion paths end up being pretty messy. So let me undo that and show you how you can do it faster and get a better result with keyframes. First, you have to move the time slider to when you want the motion to end. This means you have to decide how long the motion will take. Let's make these dots move for 1 second. So we move the slider over here. And notice that this sign here helps you to see what the current time is. Now we need to insert keyframes for all the dots. Since we haven't selected anything, pressing the Insert Keyframe button will insert keyframes at 1 second for everything. If we move back a bit and select a dot, you can see that it has a keyframe at 1 second. You may have also noticed that the handle is disabled. You can't adjust the dot at this time because there's no motion at this time. I showed you this rule in the first quick start video. But keyframes are special because they ignore this rule. When we move the time slider to the keyframe, the handle is enabled. Now we can move the dot, and you'll see that a motion path appears. We just created a motion between this keyframe and the previous tick. So we can just go through all the dots, moving them into their final position. And when we're done, everything will move into place smoothly along perfectly straight lines. How's that? So you see, using keyframes can get you very smooth and precise animations. But some people think that keyframes are harder to use, because you have to think more about how long motions take, which things have keyframes, and where your ticks and keyframes are. Also, the motions generated with keyframes are always straight lines. Why not give it a try yourself, and let us know what you think. You can find out more at ksketch.smu.edu.sg.